Hello there, YouTubers. First video I'm going to make in almost 3 years. I made a couple last year about a garage sale find that I had in an attic find, but this is the first one I've done in 3 years. So you're going to see 3 years worth of pickups here, which is only about 7 or 8 books. I'm going to talk about a couple things today. I'll show you the pickups. I'm going to do a couple shout outs and channel recommendations. I'm going to review the Golden Garage sale that I had, the books that I retained from that, and I got some very cool Kirby prints that my daughter bought me. So we'll get right into this. A couple of Spideys in the 200s, 275 and 212. I picked these up when I could find them in high grade and a low price. Slowly building my run from 200 to 300. I actually have a lot of the upper ones, but lower ones like 212 and stuff like that I don't have. But nice books, both of them are 9.4s or better. I will apologize in advance. These were CGC books, and I slowly unslabbed them as I got them. You know, when I pick up 2 books a year, it really isn't worth making a video. So I kind of unslabbed them as I got them. This is Tales of Suspense 93. This was a 9.0 with white pages. Very nice. Kind of tough finding this one without any kind of dust shadows or staining or tanning or whatever around the corners of the book. But like usual, waited a long time for this one. Found it in the right grade and the right price. Picked it up. Avengers 59. Never owned this book except in coverless. And that's been on my want list. I think on YouTube when we used to make want lists, that was like 1918, something like that, maybe 16. Around then everybody was doing top 10 want lists for the upcoming year. This was on mine for 2016. And I just got it recently, so waited a long time for that one. This I bought on an Elite Comics 11 sale. I think the seller was Silver Age Comics from New York City. This is a 9.2 off-white to white pages. Super cool cover, really like it. Just has one little rub up there and a tiny little rub down there, and that made it a 9.2, I guess. Avengers 41. I did have a low-grade copy of this, so this was an upgrade, and this book is white page 9.2. Very sharp book. These last 2 are from the same seller, bought them on eBay. Looked to me like he was selling off his collection. He had a lot of books listed, and they were all older labels, and they're all CGC'd, and they're all fairly high grade, and he had very, very good prices on them. And if you've ever sold anything on eBay, you can take 15% right off the top, which is what you lose from what they charge you. It's 14 or 15%. So he wasn't really making a lot of money on them, so he was just moving them, I guess. But jumped on this one. It's Thor 123. It's a 9.0 with off-white pages. My copies of 121, 22, 23 are all like, I don't know, 6.0s maybe, probably lower. So whenever I can upgrade these, I will grab them. And the other book from the same seller was Journey into Mystery 99, which I never owned. And this is an 8.5 old label, the original label. This was graded probably, I think it was in 2002 maybe? I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. Nice book, but you can see that was creamed off-white. You can see the difference in the whiteness there, right? The cream pages don't bother me as long as the book isn't tanned or, you know, has a kind of funny, kind of almost staining kind of look to it. This book was really solid all the way through. The colors were the same all the way around, so so I jumped on that one. But nice book, you know, it's very, very solid, 8.5. This last one, picked this up on eBay. I was a lot of times what I'll do is I will search old label CGC Silver Age or whatever I'm particularly looking for. That way I'm not just going looking at book after book after book after book. I'll zero in on something, and I'll get a whole bunch of old labels like this. This is the original first gen label. And this one caught my eye right away because it had a bunch of writing on it, and when they list things like this, it kind of catches my eye because they don't do that anymore. So they're telling you a little more than than you can get from just looking at the book. So right away I noticed that when I zoomed in on it, I noticed that there was a 65 written in pen right by the corner there. And right away I go, okay, that's a pedigree. I can't remember which one it is, but that's definitely from a pedigree. Now, why at the time that they slabbed this, they didn't denote it as that, I don't know, because it was a well-known pedigree at the time even. But they didn't, and what the notes say is 65 on cover and January 17th, 1965 on the first page written in pen. And this is from the White Mountain collection. It was a collection from 48 until the early 70s. Earlier books from the 40s and 50s had a date stamp on the splash page. And for some reason the collector in the 60s started writing the date on the cover, just a year on the cover. So that's right there. He always put it right near the number if he could, and he'll have a 63 or a 65 or a 66 or whatever on it. And that's one of the ways you can tell it's from that pedigree. And of course they're all high grade, which made it a pedigree. This is a 9.2 white to off-white. This book was graded in 2001, and the CGC started in 2000, so this is only the second year that they were grading books. I'm surprised that they missed that, but that's okay. So the guy had it up on eBay, and it was a buy it now, and I just messaged him and said, hey, we just take an offer on it, and he accepted it. Paid a lot for this one, just a little south of $1,000, which is a lot for me to spend on a book. But when you buy 2 or 3 books a year, you can afford to do that, I guess. At least I can. Love the cover, love the colors, how it gradually goes from the red to the yellow, and very neat. And I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but that's Kirby. That's not. You know, that's definitely. On the label here it says Heck, Don Heck. I'm not sure if that's right or not, because it looks like somebody else to me. But anyway, cool cover, and very happy to have that. I do have my old Green River that I had slabbed. Doesn't have the gold label. This one doesn't have the gold label. At some point I will probably resubmit both of those to get relabeled, but we'll see. I don't really have plans to do that right now. Talking about the pedigrees, came across a YouTube channel called It's All Just Comics. The gentleman's name is Rob Larson. He calls himself a blogger, collector, and dealer of comic books. He reviews all the big auction house sales, talks a lot about pedigrees, which is what attracted me to his page. Goes in quite a bit of detail on a lot of the pedigrees, which is what I like. You can go to the CGC site and look up the pedigrees, and they will give you a 1, maybe 2 paragraph little blurb about the pedigree, but I like the details of it. I like to know more about where it was found and who collected it, and I'm really into the details of those. So his site goes into a lot of those details, and I really like that. So if you're into the pedigrees and stuff, check it out. It's All Just Comics. Garage sale about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I started watching a channel, Comic Collector Geek. His name is Alan, and he puts out a video a day, which is just mind-blowing to me. I have a hard time putting out one a year. Very interesting. He talks about all different kinds of comic, gold and silver and modern and 9.8s, and they do everything on there. So he has a live show on Monday and Friday. He does a top 10 review of current sales for the week of Golden Age and Silver Age books, and then he does a interview series where he interviews artists and collectors and all different stuff. So very interesting. Puts out a ton of content. I put my videos up last year about the Golden Age garage sale, and he commented on it, and I commented back and said, hey, watch your channel all the time, really cool. And he's messaged me and said, hey, do you want to come on? I'd like to know the details of this. We can do a quick interview and go over the details, how you found this thing. And he goes, I find it really interesting if you can have some time to do it. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I went on there. So I will put a link below to that particular video, and while you're there, check out his other stuff. Puts out a lot of great stuff. So I'm going to review the books that I kept from the garage sale. but I'm not going to go into real detail on them. If you want that, go watch the video. We talked for about 15-20 minutes just on my background on how I got into comics and stuff like that. Did say a few things wrong in that video. The Green River pedigree, which I love, I got some of the details wrong on that. So if you really want to see a neat little article, go to pedigreecomics.com. That is a seller site. Scroll down to the bottom, he has a thing called articles. Click on articles and go down until you find the Green River, and you will get more details and correct details on it. I had a few things wrong on that, but I didn't know there was going to be a pop quiz on the interview, so I didn't study up for it. But I like to be accurate on those kind of things, so check that out. Now I will show you all the books that I retained from. One other thing before I go into that. Alan also has some live sales sometimes. He will host a live sale. So about a month ago or so, I'm watching, he has a live sale going. I'm on my phone watching that, and I'm on a computer, and I'm watching a movie and doing 3 things at once. And I'm watching all the sales that he's got going for this dealer. The dealer's name is, let me see, I want to get it right. It is Double Deuce Comics out of Texas. So the dude is selling books, and they did a little contest. So he just pulled a book off the wall and said, "Okay, here's the book I'm gonna, offer up for free. Got to put your name in, and to be entered into it, and we're gonna draw it in about 2 minutes. So if you're interested at all, put your name in." So, and normally I don't enter those things because I'm kind of particular about what I get, and I just assume somebody else win the thing, somebody who really wants it. I don't want to just get it and shove it into a box somewhere and never see it again. But it was an EC book, and I have 0 EC books. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll just throw my name in there for the hell of it. So I put my name in, and don't I win? So here is that book, Two-Fisted Tales number 27. Really neat. Love the cover. Like the colors on it. I messaged him and said, "Hey, I'll be glad to cover the shipping." And he's like, No, I got it. You win the book, you're getting the book. And it came in a nice little Gemini mailer. It showed up about a week later. So thank you very much. His name is Reza, R-E-Z-A. Thank you, Reza. Appreciate it. And love the book. I can't wait to open that thing up and devour that bad boy. So on to the garage sale. I'm going to show you the books that I kept from it. I sold just about everything. I actually made money. If you want all the gory details, go to Alan's interview of me, and you can find all that stuff. There's Action 43, Superman 16, Superman 18, 37, 45, 69, More Fun Comics 82, Detective Comics 78. Sorry about the glare, but they're all in Mylar, so nothing I can do about that. Batman 13, neat cover. Batman 51, Adventure Comics from I think it's 52. Modern Comics, True Comics, First Uncle Scrooge, Terry Toons, the only timely superhero book in the batch. And that's, that's what I would really want. I love the Supermans and Batmans and stuff like that, but being a Marvel collector, I would hope there would have been more of those, maybe some Marvel Mystery or luck having a Captain America, but nope, everything but that. This is detached, but it's in nice shape. A couple of Captain Marvels, love that cover. Captain Marvel swats the Japs. Bulletman number 4 is Zip Comics with some neat swastikas on the cover. Power Comics number 3, Exciting Comics 9, Banner Comics. There's the only double in the whole thing. If anybody's interested in that, shoot me a message on some books that I kept from it. So there was a variety of stuff in there. There was stuff in the 60s. I sold all that. These ones I kept either because of the content, like this one, or because they were high grade. And those are all the books I got. So these are all in my collection. Got them for free. Okay, last thing. Bear with me 1 second here while I make a little change. My daughter found this on Etsy. She scrolled Jack Kirby one day and it popped up and she bought it for me. So it's a bunch of prints. This is Jack Kirby's 105th birthday limited color print. 1917 and 2022. My dad was born in 1922, so Jack was only a couple years older than him. Came with a bunch of prints. Really cool. It's a Black Panther. He did it in 82. You know what that bad boy is. Some are color, some are black and white. Not sure who that is. Put it in the comments. Let me know who that guy is. This one's sideways. Very neat. Kirby and Royer pencils. Or I mean inks. I'm sorry. This character I found very interesting. This is from '66, and to me it looks like the Inhuman era, like maybe when he was coming up with the characters. She got an E on her belt because you had to have, a letter on you somewhere. But if anybody knows who that is or who that was supposed to be, it's got like a black bolt kind of looking thing up there, and I think it's maybe just a concept character that he never followed through on. I'm not sure, but if anybody knows any details on that, let me know. This one kind of psychedelic a little bit, kind of weird. Very different from the stuff that he normally does. And then this looks like a splash page to me. Very cool. So these things came in this box, right? So she buys this online. And very cool box. Very neat. Neat print on there. They put the shipping label right on the box. It covers like half of the box. So I try to carefully peel that off, and it wasn't very successful, as you could tell. But very neat. And they shipped it right in this. I mean, they couldn't have put it in a plastic bag or something, a cheap little gray plastic bag that cost like 3 cents, and put the label on that. But, being a collector's item kind of thing, you think they would have taken a little bit better care of the box, but they didn't. But very neat. Thank you, Michelle. Nice to get a present like that. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, hopefully.